before we started streaming, you talked about being in the military and music a little bit, how those two things went together.
No, it's just you'd always see as a young Marine, I had my guitar there in the barracks, and you'd see that staff and so every time you'd come by and realize, oh, these guys are playing. Listen to these guys. Listen to this guy. Oh man, this is great for coming. And I get to bring my guitar to damn deployment with me. That was always a real privilege I felt there. And it was a big part of home having there with me. But
Yeah.
all in all, yeah. And in some of the songs, we do talk about the war in the songs, and but for the most part, to me, it was the other troops there. It was great for their morale. Every time they'd come on, I'd take on like a dozen guys would come up to me to start every deployment, be like, "Hey man, can you teach me to do that? You teach me to do that? What you're doing right there?"
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Hey man, I might be able to come and try, and I'll give you lessons." And a couple months later, there'll only be a couple guys. But by the end, each time I had one guy left who was polished up, singing and playing the guitar at the same time. I was like, "Yeah, look at this. 7 months I was here, and look what I made at least.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
made
yeah.
this guy right here, And to me, that was always a big part
That's really
of it
cool.
there. And whenever they'd go home with the other Marines, they'd always say, "Oh, you're gonna bring the guitar, right?" And I've gone to visit some of their families in the past, and they'd be like, in the past 10 years, like when I kind of set it down for a while, and they'd be like, "Oh, you didn't bring the guitar?" They'd actually be disappointed that I didn't bring the guitar around, So
That's gotta feel good.
yeah,